What do you get when you have a kid who doesn't believe in Santa Claus, a magical train that takes you to the North Pole, and a movie where Tom Hanks voices just about every single character in the movie? You get The Polar Express. Hey guys, what's up? What's happening? You got the King of Games 98 here. How you doing? Hope you are doing good and staying safe during these times. And for today's Christmas movie review, I'm going to be reviewing and talking about The Polar Express. So, if you've somehow never seen The Polar Express, I don't know, maybe if you live under a rock or something, and are kind of curious as to what it's about, well, here's how I would basically sum up the movie without really spoiling any of it. Watch this, guys. I can do this from memory because I've seen this so many times. I don't even have to look at my DVD copies case. So, the movie stars around this little boy who I don't think actually has a name. They just call him Hero Boy. And he's sleeping in his bedroom the night before Christmas and gets woken up by the sound of a train coming and shaking and rattling around his whole bedroom. He gets up, he looks out front of his window and sees a train in front of his house in the middle of his street. He then grabs his robe, goes downstairs his house, goes out front of his house, goes to the train, gets greeted by a conductor, asks, "What is this?" Gets told this is the Polar Express and that it is a magical train going to the North Pole. And at first he's really hesitant and doesn't want to go, but then he eventually does get on. And once he gets on, he sees a whole bunch of other kids his age that are also going to the North Pole. That is how I would briefly sum up the Polar Express without really spoiling anything. Now, for the remainder of this 5-minute movie review, I'm going to be talking about my thoughts, feelings, and opinions about this movie, and then some interesting facts that I wrote down as well, and some notable voice actors who voiced characters in this movie. Okay, so I absolutely love the story of the Polar Express. I think it is a cult classic story, and just from start to finish, it's just awesome. This movie is a fully animated movie, and for being released in 2004, I think the animation is great. The music score this movie has is absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love the music in this movie. From the Hot Chocolate song to Steven Tyler singing Rockin' on Top of This World to the end credits song, which is sung by Josh Groban. I think it's called Believe. This movie just has awesome music. And most importantly, the meaning this story tells. The hero boy goes from not believing in Santa Claus to believing in him, and I think that just that meaning alone this story tells is just to believe, and I think it's a great meaning. Whether you're a kid or an adult watching this, I just think it's a great meaning. Okay, so the Polar Express movie was released in 2004. The runtime of the movie is 100 minutes or an hour and 40 minutes. I didn't think it was too long or too short. It was just perfect. The movie is based on the 1985 children's book of the same name. And notable voice actors for this movie are Tom Hanks, Michael Jeter, and Steven Tyler. I would hope you guys know who Tom Hanks is, so I'm not even going to go, try and explain that. Michael Jeter, I will talk about. And Steven Tyler is the lead singer of the rock band Aerosmith. So, yeah. I was not joking when I said at the beginning of this video that Tom Hanks voices like 90% of the characters in this movie. He voices Hero Boy, Hero Boy's father, the conductor, the hobo, the Scrooge puppet, Santa Claus, and the narrator. Basically, the entire movie. Now, getting back to Michael Jeter. If you've never heard of Michael Jeter, or maybe you would recognize him by a picture, but just don't know him by name. Michael Jeter starred in Sesame Street as Mr. Noodle's brother. And then movie-wise, he was in Waterworld, Air Bud, The Green Mile, and Jurassic Park 3. I personally know Michael Jeter for being in Sesame Street and Jurassic Park 3. Now, what's very sad and tragic about Michael Jeter is he actually died the year before the Polar Express was released. So this movie is actually dedicated to his memory. Rest in peace, Michael Jeter, which I think was very nice of them to do that. Now, before I wrap up this 5-minute movie review, I actually wanted to mention two other things that are related to the Polar Express. When I was in middle school, I actually owned the Polar Express, the video game for GameCube, and that was actually really fun. And then one of my favorite TV shows, Psych, in the 5th season, episode number 14, the Christmas special, is called The Polarizing Express. I can't say a single bad thing about the Polar Express movie. My final rate for the Polar Express is going to be a perfect 10 out of 10. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.